What's up, folks? So this is going to be a free replacement for this customer, but I just want to go over some details of what's going on, what I'm observing. Long story short, I put an oxygen sensor in this 2001 Acura CL. I've been working on this car for a long time for this customer, and unfortunately whatever I put on went bad. I put the upstream O2 sensor on a little bit over a month ago, and it has come back with a vengeance. So we got a different code here. The code is P0132. There's no drivability problems. It's just based off the code setting criteria, the oxygen sensor has exceeded over 0.9 volts for a substantial amount of time. Let me see if I should have the code setting criteria in there. Because I was pulling up a wiring diagram. P0, 132. And then we'll just go scroll on down, look up the code setting criteria. Right. There we go. Bank 1, sensor 1. Engine running, D4, closed loop, and PCM detected bank 1 heated O2 sensor. Signal was affixed more than 0.90 volts. It says the actual value is stored in PCM memory. All right, so let's go back, and that's what we wound up seeing here. We're making 3.90 volts at one point in time. So with the oxygen sensor, low is lean, high is rich, and it's the inverse with AFIA ratio sensors. So with this oxygen sensor here, being that if low is lean, high would be rich, then logically the short term should make this a combination by taking away a large amount of fuel, and it was taken away. If stoichiometric value is 1, we need to be at a value of 1. That's lambda. That's a perfect value. We were taking about 27% of fuel away when it wasn't needed. Long term was fine. So this was just the episode that it wound up having. So check this out on our O2 on downstream. We were making 0.12 volts, which is low as lean. So technically it wasn't a true rich condition. It was a frivolous code. So we're being lied to. So essentially what needs to happen, I just need to replace the sensor again. What I'm suspecting is the heater circuit bleeding off into our signal side of the oxygen sensor. Let's go back here. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's go to live data, see what the sensor is currently doing. So here's our heated O2. Our short term and long term are perfectly fine, close to 1. Let's enhance this, show this value. Oh yeah, we're dancing now. Look at it. It wasn't like that before. This is sensor 1. Look at it, it's rippling now. It wasn't like that before. My thing is, could it be, I'm not gonna overthink it, could it be like alternator ripple? But then again, this generates its own voltage, so it's just, there's some instability going on. I don't want to overthink it. Our voltage value for the alternator is stable, so I'm not going to break my neck over that, but we are exceeding the code setting criteria at points, and it's holding over 0.9 volts, passing 1 volt at times. And again, this ripple has showed up. This ripple wasn't there before I cut this camera on, I can promise you that. Again, let's look at sensor 2. I didn't mean to do that. So we got sensor 1, here's sensor 2. Let's show selected, merge graphs, enhance. And look at that. Our green trace is going to be our post-cat sensor. The blue is going to be our bank 1 sensor, and we're just monitoring the feedback that is provided in the PCM to determine the running conditions. And you see on the blue traces, it's just unstable. The green trace, which is our post-cat sensor, is very stable. There's no ripple. No scopes needed here. It just needs a oxygen sensor, and this is going to be a free replacement. So let me hop under here, and y'all are going to watch me do a free job. Okay. When I tell you I've done everything you can imagine this car, from, I want to say, I don't know if I did transmissions on here. I think I did, but I know I did the motor. I've done rack and pinions. I've everything. I've done everything. I've been working on this car for so long, it's ridiculous. I need to get my hand down in the back and get that O2 sensor disconnected. And it's a little warm. It just got dropped off. Okay. Alright, I got that pulled apart. And we'll get on the bottom, take a look. One thing that could happen also, the connector could have oil bleeding into it, and voltage can migrate to signal size. But this is not going to be that case. This is just a bad O2 sensor. But we'll inspect the connector when I get it all the way out and make sure there's no oil in there. But I can promise you there shouldn't be any. Here's our O2 sensor. This is a Bosch I put in here, but I don't know if the camera picks this up, but there's some water droplets inside of here. Like some water droplets in there, and I look like I might be wrong, but we could have simply had fluid contaminating our signal side. Yeah, well, okay. Well, I'm not 100% right all the time. Let's see if we can focus in on that. You might not be able to see it because of the detail, but it looks a little wet in there. It might be worth looking at our oil pressure sensor. 'Cause I'm not sure how. It's a little better. It looks a little wet in there. That pin mark is me. I know I've checked the signal side before at some point in time. Yeah, I might have to. No easier than what it is. I'm just going to replace it and clean the connector up really good. And oh gosh, no, what dripped on my face? There's condensation somewhere. Oh, that's from the AC. Okay, well. I mean, I could just clean it off and try it, but I'm not gonna break my neck over it. I'm simply just gonna hit this with some brake cleaner and replace the sensor and call it a day. It's a little warm. Connector looks fine. There's no oil in the back or anything. I'm still gonna hit it with some brake cleaner anyway. I have to take in consideration too, it's been raining for the past few days, and the water could have just simply got in here somehow. I don't see how though, but it just, water will find its way in the tightest spots. Let's go get a new sensor. All right, I got a new sensor installed. Let's take a look at some data. So currently both of them a little high, 3.8, 3.8. Start up. So we need to wait on our bank 2 to heat up. Well, sensor 1. So I got the new sensor installed, and when I tell you it is erratic, check out this value. This is unstable too. Wow. Let's just let it heat up and see if it'll stay below 0.9 volts. Let's just see what happens. Sensor 2. Let's go to sensor 1. Voltage here. The main thing, it just needs to stay below 9. Okay, so it's stabilized now. There we go. So that's a lot better. I'm gonna let it warm up, let the coolant get to normal operating temperatures of 180 degrees. Let's go back. I've been letting it sit and run for a little bit, and we're at 203 degrees right now with the engine coolant temp. Our value is stable. It has not jumped much over 0.9 volts, so we've kind of been hovering below that, and it hasn't touched it. So this is definitely going to be fixed. Let me see if I can change this time base, and you can see how well it's oscillating now. And you know, some people will probably say, well, you know, use OEM. No, I don't think people understand like the frustrations of dealing with the dealership and their parts. So I had the Honda Accord with fuel injector problems, and trust me, it was like pulling teeth to get a warranty replacement out of them, because they wanted me, the car that came from them, because they misdiagnosed it, to pay them to diagnose the car. I'm like, no, their part failed. Please give me a new part. It's still covering the warranty. It was a mess. So that's why I would rather deal with the company I have a good reputation and standing with, despite the failure. And also I get to file labor claims too if something fails. So this right here, I didn't file labor claim because honestly it don't take that long to replace the oxygen sensor, and they're covered. I mean, unfortunately the part took a crap in a couple months. No big deal. All right, I'm gonna let this ride out. It seemed like the oxygen sensor just needed to warm up and before it starts stabilizing. I cleared the code. It's working a lot better performance wise in comparison to the last Bosch sensor I had in here. And if it fails again, I mean, he's covered again. If it gets to the point where it's so bad, then I'll definitely get a different brand. But until then, I mean, no easier than what it is to access. I'll just keep throwing these in there. It is what it is. At some point in time, we'll get a good one. All right, I'll check you later.